You've probably used the word asset many times in your life. It's a fairly common word that we use in our personal lives as well as in the world of business. But what exactly is an asset? Is your car an asset? Your house? What about the money sitting in your bank account? Working out whether something is an asset is important because it can help determine the overall health of your business or personal finances. So in this video, we'll take a look at exactly what an asset is, so you can work out whether something is an asset or not in both your business and personal lives. When we talk about things in our personal lives, such as our car, our house, or money in our bank account, we usually regard them as assets. These are items that belong to us and have some sort of value. And in a way, they are assets. If you go to a bank to apply for a loan, they will ask you to list your assets. Your house, your car, and any savings you have in your bank account are exactly the kinds of things you will put on the list. So for that purpose, those things can be regarded as assets because they satisfy the following two criteria. They are something you own and they have a measurable value. So that's all well and good for your personal life, but in the business world, there's a third criteria, and that is that the thing in question must put money in your pocket. Or in other words, it must produce some sort of income or profit. Let's take the house for example. We've already seen that in your personal life, the house can be considered an asset. But in the world of business, is it an asset? Well, it can be under the right circumstances. If the house is being used to put money in your pocket, such as by receiving rental income if you rent it out to a tenant, or by making a profit if you renovate the house and sell it for more money than you spent buying it and fixing it up, then it can be regarded as an asset. If you do any of those things, you are effectively using the house to run a property business. On the other hand, if you live in the house and don't use it to produce any kind of income or profit, the house cannot be regarded as a business asset because it has not satisfied the third criteria of putting money in your pocket. So as you can see, for something to be regarded as an asset in the business world, it must satisfy three criteria. It must be owned by the business, it must have a measurable value, and it must be expected to put money in your pocket. This fits with the accounting definition of an asset, which is a resource a business owns or controls that has a measurable value and is expected to provide a future economic benefit. Okay, so that's the house. What about the car and the money in your bank account? As you've probably already worked out, the car is pretty similar to the house. If you use the car to produce some sort of income, such as running a ride-sharing business like Uber, the car can be considered a business asset. On the other hand, if the car is for personal use only, it won't put money in your pocket, so it can't be regarded as a business asset. Now let's think about the cash sitting in your bank account. As we've seen, you can regard money you have in your personal bank account as a personal asset because you own that money and it has a measurable value. In other words, it satisfies the two criteria of a personal asset. It's something you own and it has a measurable value. But what about money sitting in a business bank account? Well, that can be regarded as an asset too, and that's because the money is owned by the business, has a measurable value, and it can put money in your pocket by earning interest. So as you can see, money saved up in a bank account can be regarded as an asset in your personal life as well as in the world of business. In other words, you can consider the money in your personal bank account as a personal asset and the money in your business bank account as a business asset. Okay, so what's the key takeaway here? We've had a look at three different things to determine whether they are assets from a personal point of view and a business point of view. And from what we've seen, the key difference between both points of view is that something has to put money in your pocket through some sort of income or profit to be regarded as a business asset. This is important because when you want to assess the health of your business, one of the best things you can do is put together a balance sheet. And one of the main things you'll have on your balance sheet is a list of assets. If you get this list wrong by including things that aren't really assets, or by leaving things off that should be included, you will get a false picture of the health of your business. For example, let's say you own 3 houses worth $1 million each. You rent two of them out to tenants and you live in the other one. If you create a balance sheet for your property business and you include all three houses as business assets, you will overstate your assets by $1 million and ultimately make your business look like it's worth more than it really is. The reality is that only two of the houses should be included on the business's balance sheet, which means the business has $2 million worth of assets, while the third property, the one you live in, should only be regarded as a personal asset. It has nothing to do with your rental property business and should not be included on the business's balance sheet. In other words, to get your business's balance sheet right, you need to make sure you only include assets your business owns, have measurable values, and put money in your pocket. So that's it for assets. I hope you now have a clear understanding of the difference between personal assets and business assets and why it's important to include the right assets on your business's balance sheet.